Rocks? Adam said, but the controller replied it was not. Adam went into panic mode as ran towards the admin building. Who are they? He shouted into the communicator as he ran. I don't know, but they are not moving, just hanging there, and they are on the wrong side too. Adam stopped and tried to understand what he was saying. What do you mean the wrong side? Adam, why are there warships entering the system from the far side? Evelyn said over the intercom, and Adam walked quickly to the admin building and saw the satellite images. 13 strange-looking warships were just hanging there waiting. The ships looked like giant wheelless cars but with extremely high energy readings. I do not know who they are, sir. The ship's design is not in the database, the controller said. Suddenly, one of the ships moved forward and hovered over dirt within a few seconds. We are being scanned, Jork said, and Adam snapped his fingers to get the attention. Scan them back. No hostile movement yet. It seems like they are just gathering information. Over the intercom, Evelyn said she was currently on a human Navy ship. We are ready, but I don't think they are hostile, she said, and Adam had to agree. It seemed more like curiosity. Then the ship flew to Onik and started scanning the production and extraction before returning to dirt. Then there was a beep on Adam's pad, and the ship simply jumped into light sleep. The other ships also jumped away. Everybody looked at each other. Adam looked at the pad. It was a short message. Good work, we'll be back. He immediately called the core group to his office at the back of the administration office. So what the hell was that? Evelyn asked, and York and Vorts shrugged. Hera held her hand protective over her tummy, clearly showing her pregnancy now. The old ones? She suggested, and they looked at her. The old ones are a myth, Jork said, and Adam had to agree. Well, I've never seen this many energy readings, and the speed was beyond our capabilities. Our scans didn't reveal anything. I mean, we scanned empty space, Vorts replied, and they looked at the scans. The only things they had were video, energy, and radar readings. Adam showed them the message, and they looked at him. Okay, that is weird. How did they know to send it to you? Hera said, and Adam smiled. I am listed as the project administrator and owner. How they located us is more worrisome, he replied, and Evelyn shook her head. No, that was border control. They were surprised to see us here, but apparently didn't mind for now. They might change their mind, Evelyn replied. Did we at least get their trajectory so we can see where they were going? Yeah, but that planet is 67 light-years away and we don't have a hyperplane there, Jork said. Adam looked at them, pondering the incident. So there is something out there that way, and they just dropped by. They didn't destroy us, but I have a feeling they could have, he said, and Evelyn nodded. Yeah, that would explain the fossilized structures. We need to know how long ago that was. She turned to Jork. Just out of curiosity, does the nitrogen have a fingerprint? I mean, is it possible to check if the nitrogen on Onik was placed there by somebody? Jork looked at her and then to Vorts, who also shrugged. We have to check with the academics. They might know. Why? Well, she might be on to something. What if somebody moved all the nitrogen from the planet to Onik? It would be a perfect way to prevent people from moving in while you were away. As you keep saying, we can't bring life here because we don't have any nitrogen. Adam explained, and Evelyn nodded in agreement. They both thought about it. The planet must have had life, but everything was removed and left dead. The whole sector was dead. It seemed like somebody had used scorch earth tactics on the whole sector. But why? Adam wondered about it. Okay, so is this a test of some sort then? If we fix it, will they be happy or angry? Jork said, and Adam shrugged. Have no idea. We have to take the risk that they will be happy, but prepare for them to be angry. We need an exit strategy. Okay, that leads us to a few other things. Your city is almost finished, Vort said. What do you mean? Adam said, confused. That domed city is almost finished. 2,000 droids are working on it. It should be finished within a week, Jork said. Wait, what? When did we get 2,000 droids? Adam sat up, confused, and Evelyn laughed. Boss, we currently have 2 droid factories that are spewing out 100 droids an hour, and that number is just going to increase. I needed to test them out, so your project was ideal for that. The prison was finished 3 days ago and is connected to 3 farm domes and a shuttle facility. They should be able to make one a week, York said, and Adam just looked at them confused, and Evelyn grinned. You keep forgetting that they want to impress them. It's the same as the orphanage. They all came to you with their report cards. You signed all of them, remember? It's the same here. He is just like little Samuel. Remember him? Evelyn said as she nodded towards Jork. Adam looked at Jork. Samuel, shit. Then he laughed as he got up and walked out of the office. Who is Samuel? Jork asked. The two others looked eagerly to hear it. A kid at the orphanage he grew up in. He found out Adam liked playing chess, so he taught himself how to play and trained until he could beat everybody and won a few prizes as well. He was the first famous one of those kids and even got adopted later. But every time he won, he dedicated the win to Adam. All he wanted was to have Adam tell him he was a great kid, and every time Adam told him, he set himself a higher goal. Last I heard, he was a chess master and poker champ, among others. And he was not the only one. It was like they all wanted his praise, which is why so many of them got really good jobs when they left. Even the one that never met him. The one from that was stuck at other orphanages. They only saw the videos and read his messages of encouragements. Just getting message from him saying, keep up the good work or I'm so proud of you was giving them bragging rights. He never knew, but they all would work hard to prove to Adam that they could be successful, that he had given them a chance of a successful life. He kept saying the best revenge to the bastards is to be successful and forget them. She looked after him and grinned, and all he wanted was for them to have a good life. Well, I just want to repay what he gave me, Jork said, and Evelyn laughed. You already have. He probably thinks he is in debt to you now. One smile is all it takes, she said as Adam was sitting down in the admin going over the different projects. He seemed to ignore everything around him as he updated himself. Evelyn sighed. I know that look. He will go over everything now, find out everything so he knows who's in need of help and who to encourage. Then looking at the others, and who to let loose to do their own thing. It's what he does. It's what he has been doing for all the children of the orphanage since he was 9 years old. So what should we do? Hera said. Evelyn smiled as she replied. He is my worry now. I know how to deal with this. You guys just do your thing. This is what I was doing all those years. We were a team. We just need to get back at it. What are you going to do? Jork asked, a little concerned. Kick his ass when he needs to take a break, talk him out of his worries and do some of the talking, but mostly drag him to bed. She got up as she asked. Coffee? They realized the meeting was over and got to work. Evelyn got 2 cups and brought one to Adam. She sat down next to him, listened to him when he started to ponder the different hidden small projects, and now and then gave her comment. It looked like a well-oiled partnership that seemed to understand each other on a different level. Hera stood at the door and looked at them as the priest walked by. He looked in at Adam and Evelyn. So the wife has arrived, he said, and Hera simply nodded. 2 weeks later, 7 ships returned from the battle. Rox was quite relaxed and content with the result. Evelyn was shocked as she read the report and asked Adam if they needed to put Rox on a leash. Apparently, he had ripped people apart when they had boarded the ships. His tactics had worked perfectly, and the base was completely destroyed. He had taken 4 ships as his own and left the rest to be plundered by the competition. 2 of the ships were modern warships, and the other 2 were massive cargo haulers, 5 times the size of a dream. They would come to good use with the transport of droids. But the biggest surprise was the 7th ship. Kira and her crew had joined them. Evelyn had put on her uniform and stood next to Adam as the shuttle landed and Rox and Kira came out. Adam was very nervous as she waited, but when Kira saw Evelyn, her face beamed brightly, and Evelyn turned to Adam. Why didn't you tell me it was Kira Nam? Eve. Kira started running towards her and hugged her. What the hell are you doing here? Kira happy squealed. I came to Adam. He ordered some droids. She replied as she laughed, and Adam just looked between them, waiting for the chaos that would come. Rox came over and slapped his back. She insisted on checking if you got a good wife, he said, and Adam gave a weak smile as he looked back at them. This was an undetonated grenade. Adam, you know he's one of mine, right? Another of us escaped Earth. Kira said as she let her down, and Evelyn laughed. Yeah, I know. Where's your sister? And you're his Kira? God damn it, he is such an idiot, and dead. Evelyn shot him a glance. Kira grinned and looked at Adam. Yeah, but damn, he is good-looking, so... Wait, Sarah, oh, she went back to Earth with her client. She will be back, just going to secure his safety. Anyway, did you find him? Last I heard, you finally got the courage to go find him again. Yeah, I found him, Evelyn said as she grinned at Adam. Kira turned to Adam as to excitingly explain what was going on. Do you know who she is? She is the ex-girlfriend of number 1. I wish I had met her before they broke up, then I could have met him too. Fuck the bureaucracy for putting me in London instead of Oslo. Then Kira turned to Evelyn. Well, where's that glorious bastard hiding? That's him, Adam Wrangler. He is number 1, Evelyn said. Kira looked at him and then laughed. Him? Then she laughed, then got serious. Wait, you're serious? Evelyn nodded. Yeah, and I'm going to kill him now. Adam lifted his hands up defensively and surrendered. We talked about this. We had broken up for 5 years, Evelyn. I thought I would never see you again. Don't you bring that up again. You didn't tell her who you were. If you had done that, then this would never have happened. Right, babyface? Kira nodded and looked at Adam, showing both confusion, anger, and shame. You lied to me. Then she lunged only to be grabbed by Evelyn and yanked back. No, I have a better way to punish him. Come, let's go inside. She put her hand around Kira's waist and guided her inside. Adam looked confused after her, and so did everybody there. James shook his head. You're so dead. Do you want me to shoot you now or grab a transport to fly into the sun? It might be less painful. The aliens in the group looked at James confused, and Adam sighed. I'm not sure. She already brought me back from the dead once. I could be hiding in hell and she will find me and drag me back now. Fuck. Better get this over with. It was nice as long as it lasted. The few human Marines laughed as they followed James into the base. The rest of the aliens, mostly Kira's crew, followed them until there were only Adam and Rox. We can make up an excuse and take a trip to the hub, Rox suggested, and Adam thought about it. Well, they didn't try to kill each other, so I'm the target here. As tempting as it is, it won't prevent, it will just prolong the fear. Sometimes it's better to just get your head chopped off than torn off. Which head are you talking about? Rox said with a grin as he started to talk inside. Adam sighed and looked down, then followed. Adam walked inside and quietly made his way to the administration. He did not want to meet the girls right now, and he thought everybody kept telling him where they had been and how lively and friendly they were. He was starting to panic. He looked at the screen in front of him and tried to walk, but every time somebody entered the room, he looked up. God damn it, she knew very well what she was doing, and she would let him roast a bit before the argument. He suddenly got an idea. He had not had time to inspect the domed city, and that could take a few hours. It would technically not be running away, and he could be alone. He got up from the chair just as the girls entered the admin room. They saw him in the office and walked in. He was trapped. To make it worse, Evelyn locked the door behind her and turned the window black. Adam was standing in front of them, and his heart was beating faster as he wanted to be anywhere but here. Well, Evelyn said, and Adam froze. Why did you lie to her? Why didn't you tell her who you were? I know you wanted to keep it secret back on Earth, but what's the harm out here? Kira was standing next to her with crossed arms, looking pretty upset. Wait, that's the problem? Adam was confused. But, the other part is bad, but as you said, we broke up 5 years ago. It would be stupid to be angry about that. But you should have told her. Yeah, why did you lie about it? If I had known, I wouldn't have, you know. I would have called her instead, and my sister, and I would have stayed to make sure you were protected and... Stop, please. He looked between them. He found himself pacing in the room, trying to find the words. Because that reaction is exactly why I didn't tell you. I just wanted you to be happy, not to run around thinking you have anything to reply to me. We survived, so why single me out as the one who deserves the praise? I hate that, Adam said, and Kira looked at him shocked. Evelyn walked to his desk and sat down, put her feet on his desk and smirked. I told you. He doesn't want anybody to know. I told you back then, too, remember? He suffers from an insane survivor's guilt. I could not tell you his name, and I thought anybody could find out. After all, Harold Wrangler is his brother. Kira looked at her, then at Adam, realizing she was doing this for him to calm down Kira and explain what he was so secret about who he was. Shit, I'm stupid, she said as she sat on the desk and looked at Adam. Adam Wrangler? You told me and I didn't think about it. Of all the places I thought you would be, this is the last of them. Adam looked at them. They seemed calm, so he looked at Evelyn. So you're not going to kill me? Oh, I haven't decided that yet. You fucked my best friend after all, she replied, and Adam got confused. I thought your best friend was Linda Parker. What happened to her? Adam asked as he saw Kira looking around. He pointed at the closet, and Kira went to open it and found a few bottles of whiskey. She was the idiot who suggested I pretend I had a fiancé to test you. She had seen it on one of those girl vids. I could never forgive myself or her after you just left. Evelyn said, and Kira put a glass in front of her and filled it. Wait, you did what? How stupid were you? I'm insane, and even I know that would never work, Kira said as she poured a glass for Adam and her. I just wanted him to propose. I had seen him looking at rings, but he took such a long time to do it. And I was stupid not thinking, and she was so convincing. And single, she hated that you spent so much time with me, Adam said as he took a sip. Kira looked between them, and then laughed. Oh my God, you two are both idiots. Let me guess, you thought she had cheated on you, right? Adam nodded, and Evelyn looked at him as a light bulb went off in her head, realizing just how stupid she had been. But from what she told me, she would not have time to cheat on you. She was always with you. So much that she told me her parents joked about sending out a missing person report. Wasn't that right? She looked at Evelyn, who confirmed it with a nod. So when would she have had time to meet a guy, spend time with him, and get engaged without anybody finding out and telling you, or even you finding out? She grinned. It wasn't a long-distance relationship, right? Adam thought about it, and she was right. She barely spent time at home. The only time she was not with him were when her girlfriends dragged her away, and even then she tended to bring some of the girls from the orphanage with her. God damn it, he hung his head. Yeah, I'm an idiot, Adam replied, and Kira looked at Evelyn, who took a deep breath. Okay, you made your point. We are both idiots, now don't fuck my boyfriend because then I will kill you both, she said. Hey, I wouldn't have touched him if I had known. So, is he forgiven? Kira asked, and Evelyn got up, put down her glass, and walked up to Adam. Never do that again, understand, Evelyn said as she looked up into his eyes. It will never happen, Adam replied. And you are going to propose this time, right? I don't have to wait forever, she replied. Behind them, Kira held her breath. You know what they will say. If you accept that, then yes, I will propose. I don't have a ring now, but... Adam kneeled in front of her. Evelyn Garrison, would you make me the happiest man in the world? Yes. The music at the bar was blaring as the soldiers celebrated the victory and safe return, and when the trio joined them, the music was cut as they looked at each other. Kira moved over to the bar and found Rox asking him for something, but most didn't even notice that. They saw a couple walking out of the elevator, arms around each other, and a very happy woman. Kira got what she asked for and grinned. She shouted, "He proposed!" and popped the cork off the champagne bottle. The humans immediately cheered, and as the aliens realized, they joined in the cheers. York started to laugh and Kina shook her head. After the congratulations, they finally got a table and enjoyed the chaos around them. Vorts and Hara joined them, as did Doc and James. When York and Ski joined the group, it was complete. Kira interrogated Doc about which of the Marines were single. This is not going to help with the rumors, you know. They were all waiting for his wife to resurrect you. They would next ask for your kids, Ski commented, and Adam and Kira chuckled at that, finding it funny. What, you two will have children, right? She asked, and Adam got serious. This is why I know I'm not this guy. I can't have kids. The guys who made us sterilized us after they sold the ones the donors wanted. he explained. Then he squeezed Evelyn's hand gently. She knew this, but there were other ways to have kids. No, you not, Hera replied. I fixed that when you were under. She told me to fix everything, so I did. They all looked at her. What? She told me to fix everything because other things were showing up on the scan, like dormant poisons and old damages, so I fixed it. Nothing big, but that sterilization thing was easy to fix. You just regenerated the tissue and damages. It wasn't much either. I was more worried about the nanocells with dormant poison. I've seen some slavers using them before to ensure the slaves can run away. Yours were damaged. They had gotten the signal but not opened. They could have opened at any time and killed you. I thought you knew. Hera looked at them. Oh, those. They were left behind from an assassination attempt. A cop managed to alter the activation code. The cartel had me on a hit list. I am still on it. Adam can have children, Evelyn said, turning to him, ignoring what Adam had said. For her, it was old news, and she doubted the cartel had reached this far out. What Hera had said was much more important. We can have kids? She kissed him, and Rox looked at his sister. You have to learn how to tell him these things earlier. I wrote it in the medical report. It's not my fault he didn't read it. He reads everything else. She replied, and Kira turned her. Can you really turn a sterilization around? She said, and Hera smiled. Of course I can. Just drop by tomorrow and I will go over. Oh. She looked down and her eyes went wide. Please excuse me. My water just broke. I will go. Oh. Vorts had already lifted her up in his arms and started to carry her to the elevator. Adam and Evelyn stopped and got up just as Rox stopped them. Don't in our culture, it's a very personal matter for husband and wife only. He explained, and Adam looked confused. No doctor or midwife? He asked, and Rox shook his head. They have a droid, and he can call for it if needed, but he is supposed to be the first to see the litter. Rox said, and Kina smiled as she looked after them. Litter? Doc said. He was confused. How many is she giving birth to? 3 girls and 1 boy. Poor kid, Kina said, and Rox laughed. I will teach him how to fight. He is going to need it, he said, and Adam smiled at Evelyn, who leaned into him. Now you brought life to this planet, too. I'm pretty sure they will say that's another sign, she said, and Ski chuckled. More than that, you brought life to this planet. Evelyn looked at her. You serious? She was pregnant before I even showed up. Being? But she didn't have the kids before you came, and everybody saw you two walking around. You also forgave her for angering you, so in their eyes, you're the reason they were born. You forget they don't see him or you as humans. Adam sighed, and Kira looked between them. What are you talking about? Ski looked at her. They claim he is Gallius. Kira looked at him and then back at Ski. But what about the Gallius on Duvando? Is he fake?